everyone. We are going live on Facebook. This is your Show Me the Money live Zoom, and I could not be prouder to be on tonight. Let me pull this up so we can see each other. With these three women. I mean, they have got some pretty strong stories. If you've got somebody that you want to hear this, please share it. Please share it. Let the world know what's going on with It Works Global, but most importantly, these stories. Now, we're going to get to start with Tammy. How are you?
Good. How are you, Pam?
I am so excited. All right, so Tammy, before we start, tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and how long you've been on board.
So I am Tammy Nevins. I am from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I've been in for about 5.5 years now.
You know, I don't think a lot of people even know this. We started our company in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Yes.
You know, this is like 2001. Mm-hmm. So are you finding people, Tammy, that still do not know who It Works is?
Oh, yeah. I sign distributors from this area every single month. It's a wide open market here still.
Well, all right. So Tammy, Presidential Diamond. Wow. 5.5 years in, you're here. Take us back. Let's go back in time. 5.5 years. What was going on?
So 5.5 years ago, I had just finished up my MBA. I went back to school, got my MBA. I actually started out getting my doctorate in physical therapy. After getting into the program, which was really hard and rigorous to begin with, I realized after the first semester, I didn't want to do that. So instead of continuing on, I pursued my MBA. Was told, of course, how marketable I would be. My background is in the health field. So I was an exercise physiologist, an undergrad in health sciences. And I got my MBA, graduated, and was like, okay, now I'm going to go into into corporate America, and I'm going to be a director level in the hospital systems. And I looked for a job for 2 years. There was mergers happening left and right in our area. And the first thing to go was middle management, which is exactly what I was trying to get into. So this type of business was not on my radar whatsoever. Like, I went for my MBA. I'm planning on going, high up in corporate America and climbing the ladder. Never in a million years would have thought something like this would have been so lucrative until I was watching my cousin post on social media. And most of you guys know who my cousin is. She's the number one income earner in this company, Stephanie Dunn. I did not know that when I started with this business. I had no idea how high up she was. I didn't know how, what a celebrity status she was in this business. I just saw her posting on her Facebook, like we always saw each other posting. And so she's posting these before and afters and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, what in the world is she doing, But when she started posting about my office for the day is at the beach, and I was working in a windowless hospital Monday through Friday, dropping off my son to daycare every single morning at 6:30 in the morning, the moment they open the door, and leaving, 50 hours a week that he was sitting at daycare and I was away from him, had been to the beach one time. So I'm like, you know what? After 2 years of searching for a job with my MBA, I felt like God was leading me in a different path. And I said, what do I have to lose? I'm just going to message her. So I shot her a message and she called me and we talked on the phone and I signed up right then and there. So that was 5.5 years ago. I only wanted to make $1,000 a month to pay for my student loan payment. That's all I wanted. I felt like I was going to continue on with my MBA and use that in corporate America. And within 10 months in this business, I had promoted to double diamond. And I was making an average of, $5,000 a month at that time, and was able to quit my full-time job. And 2 months after starting with this business, I got pregnant with my second son. So I had two little ones and under the age of 3, and you know how expensive daycare is and childcare. So I decided I was just going to really give this my all when I got pregnant. So I was pregnant. I was working full time in the health field as an exercise physiologist on my feet all day, and had a toddler at home. And my husband worked an opposite shift as me. He worked second shift and I worked first shift. So we had all of that going on. And in 10 months, I was able to promote to double diamond and quit my job.
Wow. Because we hear this all the time. You still hear it. I'm too busy.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you find, I call them the nooks and crannies. Where did you find the nooks and crannies throughout the day to do this?
So it's kind of funny. I had my routine going, so got up in the morning and, TMI, but sitting in the bathroom, I'm making my first post on social media. And then I get to work. And before I walk into work, I would post again or follow up with messages. And then I'd get into work, and in between patients, whenever I could get a moment on my breaks, my lunch break was mainly working. Got home from work, actually in the parking lot before I picked up my son from daycare, working again. And then once my son went to bed, my husband worked second shift. So I was a night owl. I worked until he got home from work usually. So work until about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And I mean, I was exhausted, but the thing is this was more important to me. The possibility that I was even able to quit my job, which was never on the radar before. And I wanted to prove it to myself that I could do this and make it happen. So I just did it.
I think it's so interesting that, the number one money earner still to this day, 5.5 years later, is Stephanie and Joel, your cousin. So what are some of the things you could tell to people that are maybe watching tonight, have been watching somebody for a couple of years, or those that want to reach out, afraid to? Here she's your cousin, and you're like, should I not? And you do it. And so do you feel like she's treated you any differently, or Stephanie is just Stephanie, isn't she?
Oh yeah, she's just Stephanie. And I mean, I love her for that. I don't want to be treated any differently. And most people don't even know we're related, honestly. I don't broadcast it a lot, obviously. Now I just did. Hi, everyone. But for the most part, we work together as business partners, but as family too. We care about each other. We support each other. We're there for each other. But she's hard on me. I was so focused. I was like, I'm going to promote to Diamond in 4 months because that's what she told me she did. So I'm working to promote, and I missed it. So it took me 8 months to promote to Diamond. And I promoted to Diamond and was like, oh, I finally did it, twice as long as it took her. And she's like, it's about time.
All right,
I was like, I know.
Now here you are, 5.5 years in, presidential diamond, average income $16,000 a month. That's a lot more than 1,000.
Yeah.
So How does that feel? I mean, everyone wants to know, what's it feel like to go into your e-suite, which everyone, if you're listening, is your back office. Everyone has one. It's password protected. We can go in there and we can see our entire team, and then boom, right around the 7th, 8th of the month, we can see what our checks are going to be. What was it like to get that first big check?
Oh my gosh. I was ready for it. Honestly, Pam, I don't know I'm sure you remember, we had a conversation just a few months ago, and I was stuck. I was stuck at an income level, and I did not know how to get myself above that. I was working hard. I was doing everything I was supposed to be doing. I thought, doing self-development and trying to be the best leader I could be. And I was just stuck at my income level. So when this happened, I was like, yes, it's about time. I was ready for it. And I am just so ready to continue going up and bringing my whole team with me.
So I remember that conversation very well. I love getting your little Facebook messages too about, I'm doing it. What, that conversation was about getting unstuck. What was it there that you felt like perhaps could have helped? Put it in your own words, and what you could say. There's a lot of people that feel that way right now.
Yep. So I was silent on that call with you because I just was writing everything down. I probably had 4 pages of notes that I wrote down in that conversation. The one thing that I took and ran away with was when you told me that it was my money mindset was off. Like, and so you gave me a book to read, and it was T. Harv Eker, The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. If you're on this and you are feeling stuck, or you feel like you are not worthy of the position that you're in, or you feel like you want to make more money but you don't know how, you need to listen to that book. I grabbed it on Audible and I think I finished it in a day and a half. And I shared it with my entire team and so many other people since then, and it has literally changed not just my life, but so many other people's lives because of that book. That was huge for me. That was the big aha moment when you gave me that book to read. And it just opened my eyes to a lot of things that maybe were hindering.
Stuck in a lot of areas, and it's a mindset. If we're spinning, we're in this mind loop. And we need to, in order to break free of that, is just to be aware that it's actually there. And that it is us. It's not our team. It's not the food. It's within us. So here we are now, 5.5 years later, Presidential Diamond. What is life like today?
Life is awesome. I am 100% focused right now, and my team knows this, and many people do because I'm tending to be more loud about it on social media, but I am 100% focused on paying off all of our debt so we can become completely debt free. So outwardly, to friends, family, and other people, I'm not spending a lot of money. I'm not gallivanting around and buying $3,000 purses or anything like that. I am very focused on paying off all of my student loans. I have a lot. And paying off the remainder of our outside debt, so that we can be 100% debt free and invest, provide education for my children. I have 2 boys that are very busy in sports. I want to be able to provide anything that they need. And I also really have it on my heart to give freely and a lot. And I don't know why, but that's just where God's leading me to. So in order for me to get to that point, I have to prepare myself now. And I remember you said, Pam, how when you first started making a lot of money in this business, your friends and family didn't really know because you didn't move into this huge house. Like, you lived in the same house. Guess what? We're living in the same house. We repainted and redid a little bit here and there, but we're not going beyond our means at all. Every extra bit is going towards our debt.
We paid off everything. And on the outside, it looked like nothing was happening. On the inside, it was celebration. On the inside, it was debt-free living. And the beautiful house, the big house, came later.
Yeah, it did.
When I think about growing from starting to now, there's a lot of things that go through our lives. A lot of life happens, and then a lot of mind games happen. How are some of the other ways besides reading that you could suggest to people that maybe are just wondering, can I even get to Ruby?
Have that belief in yourself. You obviously signed up in this business for a reason, whether it was to make $100 a month, or like me, I was a little, looking back, I probably was a little high in my expectancy to make $1,000 a month right off the bat. But hey, you have your mindset to something and you do it, So if you're getting stuck, just know that that's part of this business. You're going to hit those road bumps. I don't think there's anyone on this Zoom or any top leader in this entire company that has not hit a road bump. The only difference is between us and those rubies that hit those road bumps and quit is that we didn't quit. We kept going. And that's why we're here today. So the only thing I will tell you is believe in yourself, say you're going to do it, write it down, get to work, and don't ever quit.
Beautiful, beautiful. Tammy, hang out with us. I'm going to come back around. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, let's take it over to Karen. Karen, welcome.
Hi, Pam. How are you?
I am wonderful. You look beautiful tonight. Everyone does. I just love it. Karen, please introduce yourself to everyone.
Hi guys, I'm Karen Says. I am from Edmonton, Canada, and I just had my 3 anniversary with It Works last month.
Well, congratulations. Canada is exploding right now. I know it's because of you and a lot of team that is there. You're just on fire. Tell us a little bit about you. What's your family? Who's your family? How many children do you have? And
I don't have any kids. I have a puppy called Eddie. He's 8 months and he's my little baby. And I'm married to Blaine. We've been together for 12 years now. So I'm Australian, he's Canadian. And Canada's like my second home though. I lived here since I was 21. So I'm 34 now. So my second home.
we have another Australian Canada couple that's living in Australia actually right now.
Oh, awesome.
So, what were you doing 3 years ago? Why It Works?
Oh, wow. So 3 years ago, my life looked completely different. I left school at the end of year 10. So I dropped out, didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I ended up going to beauty therapy school, got into retail management. And then I got the travel bug and I traveled around, met Blaine, and I got into serving in hospitality, waitressing, bartending, late nights, weekends. So that was me 3 years ago. I was, relying on tips as my income, which, sometimes could be great, but sometimes if your shift got cut an hour into it, you could never have a certain amount of income guaranteed. And if I took time off, if I wanted to go see my family in Australia, that was me not getting paid for a month or so. So trying to get ahead for us was hard. Blaine and I were working opposite schedules a lot of the time. He was working days. I was working a lot of nights. Sometimes it would be 3 or 4 days without us really spending quality time together. And I was just like, how much longer can I go on like this? I was getting tired and burnt out. And I just knew I needed a change. I was looking for something. I didn't know what. I've always had a passion for health and wellness. And I actually did a nutrition course about 4 years ago, and I paid a lot of money. I was so excited. I'm like, I finally found the career that I want to go into. And I finished my nutrition course and they said, okay, good luck getting a job. Let us know if you need anything. And I was like, well, now what? And I couldn't find a job in my field. And they didn't really teach me how to build a business. Like I had no idea what to do. And I just went back to serving and I was feeling kind of defeated and just on a hamster wheel. And was my best friend, Christina Whiteley, Presidential Diamond, reached out to me. And the first day she asked if I was interested in looking at what she was doing. And I saw the products, was non-GMO, hormone free. And I was like, this is cool. And I was only looking for $200. An extra couple of $100 to pay for my cell phone bill. I was already buying my shake and my greens down at the local food store. So I thought, hey, I can try some new products. And I was so shy. I didn't have much confidence. I didn't believe that I could do something like this. I didn't know any social media skills, but for some reason, It Works found me that day and I've never looked back.
Wow, you didn't have any social media skills.
I didn't even know how to do a post. I had about 400 friends. I'm still allergic to technology. I just kind of learned as I go.
So is that the primary way you build social media?
Yes. Yeah. I've got a huge team in Australia. So yeah.
I love this because everyone thinks looking at a presidential diamond, they've got it down from day one. They've got 1,000+ friends, know what to do. All right. So give us some tips on some of the things that, wow, man, that didn't work, but this does.
Oh gosh, I've just failed forward so many times. You always just get back up. I really feel getting an accountability partner for me has been such a game changer. Alana and I actually connected the month that we were going presidential. We had no idea who each other were. We were put in a chat with over 75 girls running for this rank. And it was just so one team, one mission. We're not on the same team. We're all feeding each other information and positivity. And I kind of want to share the story about Alana. She just reached out to me. She was sending me positive affirmations, meditations. And I don't think, like, we just linked arms and we're like, we're doing this. And we just had so much fun and we're cheering each other on. So I think, guys, if you don't have an accountability partner, like, get one ASAP.
Yeah.
And just getting over, like, the things that you fear doing the most is what you should be doing. So for the longest time, I feared public speaking and live videos. But as soon as I kind of just got over myself and thought, how bad do I want it? Like, really, how bad do I want it? And I just, like you always say, Pam, put your big girl panties on. And, you know, the 5-second rule book helped me so much. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take action. And the more you do it, it's like a muscle. It becomes so much easier over time.
That's one of my favorite books as well. I mean, when I think about just getting up, going into the gym. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And you feel so much better about yourself. What have you gone through some ups and downs in the business as well?
Oh, yes, very much so. So I got set for presidential about a year ago, and it's all gung-ho, ready to go. And then, you know, my chart shifted a lot and things happened. And I was, at times, I thought, am I ever going to get there? Like, I was so ready to go presidential, but just kept my eye on the prize and just kept, you know, bringing in fresh blood and pouring in to the people that actually wanted it. And then I was in Australia recently, all of February, and I woke up and my Facebook is gone. And I was like, okay, so that's interesting. And I felt paralyzed for a good half an hour. I was like, what am I going to do? Like, I didn't use Instagram much at all. So I do suggest, if you're on social media, maybe pick 2 platforms to go on. And I was off Facebook for a good 2.5 weeks while I was trying to go presidential in Australia. So that was very challenging for me. But I feel like my personal development that I do day in, day out, it's my oxygen mask. It helped me get through it so much faster. And then I ended up going presidential, and then my Facebook got taken away again for 3 weeks. So yeah, I was like, okay, how long do you want to stay down for, Karen? It's your choice. And I just gave myself half a day, and I was like up and at it. And I got excited to learn Instagram. I got excited to be a student again. And I felt like a brand new distributor. I'm like, I don't really know what I'm doing on Instagram, but you know what? I'm going to have fun. And I just did YouTubes and Googled, and I asked for help, you know, like I reached out to Sidelines and I said, hey, you're so good at Instagram. Can you put me in the right direction for something? And I asked for help every single day. Like, I think I'm a lifelong learner, and it's good to be like that.
You know, I love this because we do need a couple platforms, and to not rely on one single source. There's so many different ways to build this, and you know, finding your flavor is so important. Have you had fun? I know you've met Alana, but have you had fun? Have you met people? Do you have friends for life?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Like, you know, when I started this business, a lot of my girlfriends weren't interested, and that's okay. It's not for them. And, you know, it made space for such amazing people to come into my life. And, you know, my team is now my family, and I've got Sideline sisters that have become my best friend. And it's just so nice to surround myself, level myself up. You know, my inner circle is just amazing, surrounding myself with people that want more out of life and cheer you on, and just they're so happy for you to succeed. And it's just so refreshing to get rid of any negativity and just surround yourself with the right people.
All right, so give us a typical day, Karen.
Okay, I love this. This is actually, this morning I woke up, it was Monday morning, and I don't usually set an alarm, but sometimes I do if I want to get up and go to the gym. But I'm up around 7, and I was laying in bed. We have our keto coffee in bed together, my husband and I, and then we have Eddie come in and snuggle with us. And it was just like so amazing not to be on someone else's schedule. Like the freedom, that feeling, no anxiety on that Monday morning to have to rush off to work, like just to be peace. And I do my meditation for a good 20 minutes. I'm very strict with my phone. It's off, like on airplane mode for the first hour of my day, because I want to make sure that I'm not, you know, replying to emails or, you know, getting into that negative state. I like to, you know, fill up my cup, do my personal development, do my exercise, you know, making sure that my vibe is awesome so that if I'm going to go do a live or a presentation or message people, that I've got, you know, good energy, because energy is everything to me. And then, you know, I have my list of things that I want to get done every day, but that's on my time. So whether I want to go and do errands with my girlfriends or go shopping or lunch, I always make sure that I, you know, fit in my work day. But every day is kind of different. You know, I just kind of go with the flow.
That's my kind of day. Shopping, lunch with my girlfriends. Love it. I love it.
With my puppy, you know, just embracing being on your own time and your own schedule.
Yeah. What a dream. Do you feel like you're living in one?
Yes, I honestly feel like I've won the lottery. Like every commission checks that comes out. I mean, you can't put a price on owning your own time though. Like I was actually driving to the gym the other day and there was like a radio announcer giving away $20,000. And they're like, what would you do with that money? Oh my God, that's life-changing money. That's like what someone makes in half a year's work, or that's like a down payment of a house. Like that's insane money. And I just sat there to myself and thought, wow, that's been us every single month. Because, you know, as triple diamonds, I was making presidential diamond pay. So rank doesn't mean anything, you guys, like at all. So it's a dream come true. Like,
Well-deserved. It's a well-deserved dream. I know how hard you work. You put a lot of energy and effort. Congratulations. Thank you so much. We're going to come back around. All right, Ilana. Wow, I didn't know you two were buddies. Look at that. That's awesome. All right, please introduce yourself to us.
Okay, so my name is Ilana Yerman, and I'm a presidential diamond. I have been with It Works for 2.5 years, and I am originally from New York, but when I started It Works, I'm still living in Florida. So I started 2.5 years ago because I wanted more. I've always felt like I was meant for more. I've always been different. I've never, been like, everyone kind of thought like, oh, she's always loud or she's always crazy. And I just never cared. I just always did things my way, which could have been good and could have been bad. But I joined because I wanted more. I had 2 kids in 11 months. I've lost 73 pounds on the products. I started using the products first. There was my enroller was constantly messaging me on Facebook, and I honestly thought this was ridiculous. I'm like, there's no way, that stuff works. I'm very blunt, and I was just one of those girls that was reading her message but never responding. But I was watching, I was really skeptical, but I have a brain and I'm smart, and I was watching and looking, and I saw her get a $10,000 bonus. And when I noticed that on Facebook, I'm like, all right, it's time for me to get in her inbox and see if that's real. And so I did. I messaged her and she said, yeah, this is real money. And I said, all right, can you come over, when I put my babies down for a nap, and can you explain this to me? And she did. And I was nervous. I've worked my whole life. I've lived on my own since I'm 15 years old. I was living in New York in just an ugly, nasty hood apartment, and came to Florida on a whim at 21 with my dog and 2 TVs. And I just said, you know what? I've never done this before. I don't know what I'm doing, but it was kind of like $100. I was like, man, $100. I have $100, but I don't know if I have it for this, And so I just was like, I just slid the card, and I was like, boom. I didn't even have credit. I had a secured credit card. So I had a $200 limit, and I spent 100 of it on this opportunity. And all I kept saying to myself was, if I can make the 100 back, I'm okay. Then then at least I didn't lose anything. So I'm like, I'm going to make that 100 back. And I made that 100 back. I did a wrap party my first week in my living room. And here's the thing, like, I didn't know anyone. So this whole thing that I've built here is all strangers. So like Stacy Holweger, she's my upline ambassador. She's like, she joined 9 years ago. So she was teaching me belly to belly, and I wanted to do social media. So I would just watch all these YouTube videos and consume all of that to do the social media. But she's like, just go knock on your neighbor's door and give them Blitz cards. Go walk into salons and give them Blitz cards. Go set up parties and do this. And so I did that. And then I'm thinking to myself, man, Like, you ever have those people that are like, I just don't have the money for this, and it's so frustrating because you learn, and like everybody really does, And so I thought, all right, I'm gonna go into gyms. So those people have money. So like, if you guys are feeling like, you hear that a lot, or you're stuck, like, you have total control over your audience. And I learned that really fast. So I was like, who has money? People that go to the Ritz-Carlton have money, I'm friending them. People that go to spas have money, I'm friending them. People that go to gyms have money, I'm walking in that gym. And I would friend all those people. And like, then I would go do samples there, and they would be like, I watched you make those protein bites back when we did protein bites for keto. They're like, I don't even know how I have you on my Facebook. And I acted like, I don't know either. But really, I was like, I just friended you all, because you checked in here. And so I just, started to get creative like that. And I do everything. Like, I do networking groups, networking events. I don't do any Instagram, but I do a lot of Facebook, and then just belly to belly, I mean, I live, breathe, and eat this, because you don't realize, I don't want to get emotional. You don't realize I joined for a few $100. I had 2 kids. I worked my whole life. I was so grateful to be a stay-at-home mom, but I was losing myself as a woman. I'm really red. I'm really outgoing. I was so grateful to be home with my babies, but I was going nuts. I needed to speak to somebody that said something other than goo goo gaga. And so this business gave me friends. I didn't know anybody. This business gave me friends here. This business gave me quality friends. This business gave me money. This business gave me time. I would set up 1 week. I was like, why am I buying these Blitz cards and just handing them out? I felt like I was throwing away money, but everyone kept telling me to do it. So I said, you know what? I'm going to pick a day every week, once a week, at this local Starbucks. And when I hand it out, I'm going to invite them there. So at least I have a follow-up. I get them on my Facebook. Like, then I felt like I was investing my money, right? Even though it's not even a lot for Blitz cards, I just wanted to bring them in. And so I did that every week at Starbucks. And even if nobody came, you guys, I sat there because it was quiet. And I worked, and the babies were at home, and I just took the time. And that is like so priceless. Like, an hour of time for me was gold, And so like, now I'm actually a single mom. I've been a single mom for a year. And I truly believe that the universe knew I was going to become a single mom. I didn't. I knew I wasn't very happy. But it was all a plan. Everything is written. It's all a plan. And I've learned to be really, really open to all this stuff, and the universe knew, hey, I got your back, girl, I got you. You're going to do this business, and, you're going to get through it. And if I did not do this business, I would not have this life, you guys. I wouldn't be home with my kids right now. I would be back on food stamps. I would be, underpaid. I would be crying miserable. And now I cry tears of joy every single day, and like, it's all because of this business. And like, I joined just to buy clothes because I was getting skinny and I needed new clothes. I was like, if I could fill my gas tank up instead of put $10 in there, and if I could buy like some new bras and underwear and new yoga pants, like, life would be good. I didn't realize that I would have all of this stuff. And I was able to pay off my house, and I paid that house off. And when I split and I became a single mom, I decided, okay, I want more for my kids. So I moved, and I built a house, and I was able to give them almost half cash. And I have a little mortgage, but I'm going to pay this baby off next year, And so I don't want a mortgage, and I've never been to college. I don't have a GED. I don't have a high school diploma. I never liked school. I never liked reading. But I do now. I listen to things, I apply them. And I got to tell you, like, just be open-minded. Just be open-minded, because a lot of the things that you think you feel, they're really not even your feels. Like, they're just something that was implanted in you a long time ago. So if you just listen to people that are where you want to be and you copy them, you'll go far. But being you, and that's the biggest thing, is just be you. People are going to say no, who cares? They're not going to pay your bills. Just keep going, And so that's basically what I've done.
You're local, so I've had a few rather large wrap parties at my house, and I'll do it like once or twice a year. The last one, you flat out had the most guests. I mean, you got people coming from that are owners of businesses that didn't even know really why they were there. They were just like, she's so excited. about what she has. And then you got up and you spoke so much from your heart. So many people listening tonight are so afraid of that type of venue. You live in it every day. It allows you to get in front of quite a few people, maybe not from the very beginning, but as it builds. Talk a little bit about that, about the courage of just standing up in that room and just doing it.
Oh, I just had to do that an hour ago. I'm in this new, like this VIP local chat here, and Carla Burns is doing a try it there. And she's all like, who wants to talk? And I'm like, well, I don't mind sharing a story. And she's like, how about you just open? Because you're going to have all the guests. And I'm like, oh man. And we filled the house up again. And I'm like, okay. And I basically ran the whole thing, and I'm like, she told me that 15 minutes before I walked out my door. And so I just think that those are blessings, you guys. And we learn when you're uncomfortable. I've never spoke at Carla's house before, and I've now only spoke one time at your house. And, you just have to jump into it. You just have to jump into it. I feel like there's just a message that comes through me. It's not even me, and the words just come. I don't plan. I don't write things down. I just breathe and go, and I think that's the biggest thing, even with joining. If you've joined already, you've already done it. You've already taken the biggest leap, talking in front of people. It's great. I love it. I don't know. I just get over yourself and do it,
Okay. So, now what? You're a single mom now, 2 beautiful children, earning 5 figures a month, every month coming in. That's powerful. Now what? Presidential Diamond. I know you're going ambassador and beyond.
Yeah.
So tell us what your plans are.
Ambassador's in the bag already, just like presidential was in the bag. It's all timing, you guys. You never know the date, but you set your goals and you shoot. But I'm never going to stop. I'm just never going to stop. My goal is to go and go and go. I feel like, man, you just can't buy what this company gives you. And I want to tell everybody, I want to tell everybody. I met a little girl the other night. She took my blood, I had to go get blood done. And she's like, are you off today? And I'm like, I'm kind of off every day. I don't know. I work for my phone. Boom. She came to Carla's tonight. She's joining next week. Another girl I met at the block party. Boom. She came. She just signed up. Right. And it's like, I'm just talking about it. My plan is to just keep doing what I'm doing. I'm not perfect at it. I want to learn. I want to continue to meet people that are where I am, and I want to surround myself with people that are where I want to be, and just continue to inspire. I want to just share my story and be me and inspire. I don't want to be anybody else but me. Just want to do it.
Beautiful, beautiful. If you could tell yourself one thing when you started 2 years ago, what would that one thing be?
2 years ago when I started, it would be know that nobody's better than you. If they make more money than you, if they own a business and you haven't, if you have no GED, high school diploma, or anything, own you and own you to the highest, fullest potential, and attack that chicken list every day, all day. And that's what I've been doing. And that's why I've been getting these quality people in the doors to these events, because you're worth everything. You're priceless. You don't have a tag on you. And a lot of us get nervous. We get scared to contact those people that we're being pulled to talk to, and there's no worse feeling than seeing somebody else do it when they're on another team, or anything like that. So it's like, honestly, if I'm being blunt, it's like grow some balls and just talk to everybody. That's what I got to say, own you.
Is there an opening line you have, or is it just random, whatever comes through?
Like when I'm talking to someone, or
yeah, like you see someone, let's say you're at Starbucks and you see someone that we all hear this. Talk to them, say something to them. And then the other side of us, no, don't do it. I'm too scared. Yes, talk to them. And we usually follow this one. No, don't do it. Yeah.
So I don't know. I kind of feel the vibe of them, you know, like what are they wearing? What do they look like? You know, if they're my age, they look kind of cool, you know, I'll compliment their shirt and I'll be like, you know, hey girl, I love your shirt, or where'd you get your hair done? You know, something like that. And just normal, basic, energetic, you know, conversation. And then I'm like, we should totally be friends and hang out. Do you drink? Do you do this? Do you dance? You know, whatever. And then I just get them on my Facebook. I don't even always bring up it works. You know, like I just become their friend. I just become their friend, you know, and I think that that's the best part about it. Most people really don't even have real friends, you know, so when you meet, I told this girl the other day, you know, I met her in Massachusetts, or she's from Massachusetts, she lives here, and I said, you seem cool, you know. I'm like, look, when you meet cool people here, you better click quick, you know, let's get on it. We're, you know, and then boom, we're friends. And so I'm just feeling vibes, you know. I'm just feeling vibes. If they're older than me and they're business savvy, then I put that more, you know, business savvy hat on, and I go that route, you know, maybe invite them to do coffee and samples, and I do bring up the business. It just all depends.
Beautiful. That's what we should all be doing, no matter what. Just
It's fun. I like meeting people. I can't sit on my phone all day. Like, I would go crazy.
All right, listen, hang out. We're going to come back around. Congratulations on everything.
Thank you.
What a story.
Thank you.
All right, Tammy, we're coming back. So Tammy, you've had a little time to think. Is there anything that you would really like to get across?
Well, Karen was mentioning this before about having a goal and not hitting it. And I wanted to touch base on that because I'm kind of the old one in the group. I've been in for 5.5 years now, and I promoted pretty quickly to double and then triple. I promoted to just under my 3-year anniversary. So I actually had on my goals on my dream board, presidential, December of 2016. And just like Karen said, a lot happened within my business between then and now. And, you know, entire diamond legs and double diamond legs and triple diamond legs fell apart. When I was completely focused and pressing on towards presidential. I didn't really let anybody know or see that, though. You know, I kept going, I kept working. And so that's, you know, self-development daily, just pouring that positive talk into my life, and having some amazing sidelines and leaders to connect with, who might have been going through the same thing, just made you feel like you weren't alone. Because I don't know if I would have been here yet. Like, I mean, 2 years is a long time to go through a lot of ups and downs when you were planning on hitting that rank almost 3 years ago. And that's why when you asked going presidential, like, how do you feel? I'm like, it's about dang time. Like, because I had that. I mean, I had it on my screensaver. I had it on my dream board. I mean, everywhere I turned, it was there. So, and I kept it there. So it said December 2016. And I just kept pressing towards it because I hadn't hit it yet. So, I mean, that's really like, I'm going to share that with people because you don't hear about those stories very often. You hear about the people who ran to the top and hit it so fast and make all this money and are so super successful. But it's like, what about these people who have struggled? What about these people who have hit a rank and fallen apart completely and rebuilt? Like, that's who I relate to. And that's who I want to hear from. And I know having this platform tonight, I meant to talk about that. So I just, that's what I really want to hit home to you guys out there, is if you're in that position where you're watching all these promotions, because it's been amazing. But you know what? For almost 3 years, I was watching all those promotions and it wasn't me. And I didn't feel sorry for myself. You know, I worked and I just said it wasn't my time. I meant to hit it when I meant to hit it. God has a plan for all of us. And I knew without a doubt I was meant to be here. So no matter how long it takes, same thing. Like Elena, I know I'm going ambassador. I don't know exactly when. I have it written down now and hopefully it'll be way less time than before, but it's like,
yeah, I don't think I really believe this with everything that I know. We all go through this. At some point, some periods are longer lasting.
Mhm.
But man, what you've learned about yourself,
Yeah.
about being an entrepreneur, about being a leader, about figuring out who to work with, who not to work with, and knowing what you can go through, it's priceless training.
Mhm.
An MBA can't give you that kind of training. And so you've got it. And when you think about 5.5 years, that's about what it takes and more to get an MBA.
Oh,
You've
yeah.
got it now in this industry and you're making millions because of it. So congratulations and thank you for sharing that. So
Thank
proud of
you.
you.
Thank you.
Beautiful story. Thank you. All right, Karen, back at you. If there's anything you would like to add, please share.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tammy, for sharing that. That was awesome. I think getting rid of your exit strategy is absolutely huge. I just was at an event last month with Cami Pentecost, and we were speaking about it, and just getting rid of it. You know, some people have one foot in, one foot out, testing the waters. You know, just decide, get really clear on what it is you want. Journaling has helped me so much. You know, what would a typical day look like for you? Because you can have it all. You just have to believe in yourself. And just ask as many people as you possibly can, you know, and don't get so addicted to the outcome. Do you know what I mean? Like some will, some won't. Who's next kind of thing. And just never prejudge anyone because you don't know if they have things going on behind closed doors. It's your job to ask people and just take imperfect action. Do you know what I mean? Just don't wait until you've lost the weight to show results or talk about the products. Don't wait until you've got enough friends on Facebook or your opportunity video is perfect or you know, like don't wait. Just learn along the way. You know, we get paid to learn and to grow, and just keep investing in yourself. Become the best version that you can be and just believe that you can do it.
I love that. You know, when we think about just understanding who we are at this moment, just this moment in time, and really knowing what we want. And I always tell everyone, burn the boats, just burn the boats. There's no getting back in that other boat. You want to go set your sails with this and learn along the way all the necessary skills. And man, when you arrive, which we never really do because we're always being creative and set that next goal. So good advice. Awesome. All right, everybody, I want you to decide, get all in and go for it. All right, Karen, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Alana, any final words from you?
I would just say that if you've already looked at the income chart, you've already decided where you want to go, put the work in like that rank does. Like if you want to go ruby, you need to do the work that a ruby does. You know, if you want to go diamond, then you need to put in the type of work that a diamond does to go diamond. You know, I learned that, you know, you need to step up that activity level and ask, well, what does a ruby do? How does a ruby go ruby? Do they talk to 10 people a day? Do they talk to 20 people a day? You know, and so put yourself in a situation of, you know, what does that person do? And just then it's done. I just feel like it's done. You know, if you decide and you put in that work, it's a done deal. It's like, I thought I'd never move out of Northport. And Stacy's like, Alana, just go in the houses. Look in the houses that you want, put yourself in those houses, feel yourself in that house, close your eyes. It's done. If you want to go diamond, I thought it'd take me forever. It took me 9 months to go diamond, you guys. I have girls going diamond in 78 days. I'm like, man, you guys crushed me, right? But I learned over time I had to grow, how to learn, how to apply, how to listen, and I've never been good at that. So, you know, put yourself there and ask yourself, put yourself in the situation, what does it feel like to be a ruby? What does it feel like to open up your eSuite and see ruby? What does it feel like to open up your eSuite and be a diamond or whatever it is that your rank is? Feel that and then just go do the work. You know, watch videos, be a sponge, be open-minded, and then massively apply it, you know, quickly. Like apply what you see while it's fresh and don't doubt what your upline tells you. Because we've been there.
Yeah. Don't doubt. Oh my gosh, I love it. Congratulations. I hope all of you listening have enjoyed this conversation as much as I have. Please give us your aha moments. Go right through the thread. Tell us who and what spoke to you. We love to hear that back. If you've got a question, I know they're going to go back through and look at the comments, so they'll sneak in there and answer your question. Again, Tammy, Karen, Alana, thank you. Congratulations, Presidential Diamonds. Mwah. Good night, everyone.